Welcome to the Sterling Healthcare Resourcing channel, where I help doctors get permanent and locum work in Australian hospitals. In this channel, I share how you can maximize your career progression and earning potential as a doctor in Australia, and skip common mistakes that can cost you a lot of time, money, and lost opportunities. In this episode, we're gonna touch on internships. Specifically, how can an IMG get an internship in Australia? Where can a doctor apply for a medical internship? So when we're talking about internship, in this scenario, I'm referring to the first year after you have achieved your primary medical degree. This is a very unlikely scenario for IMGs to be able to obtain a medical internship in Australia. The internship seats will give priority to Australian graduates that are Australian citizens first, and then if there are any seats left over, it'll go to New Zealand citizens, and then from there, if any seats left over, it'll go to the IMGs. Personally, I've not come across any foreign doctors that were able to get an internship position in Australia. Often I get requests from new graduates that has relocated to Australia and they would need to look for an internship in Australia. And this is a very unlikely scenario. I do not know of any doctors that have been successful at this. However, I have come across a doctor that took months or years to look for a position in Australia, unsuccessful at it, ended up going back to medical school in Australia, graduate again, and that's how he got himself into the medical system. In short, he redid his medical degree in Australia in order to get into the system. So if you'd like further information on this, to get a more detailed breakdown, click on the link below or go to sterlingresourcing.com.au under the resource section. I have a chart on my website that I've written a bit about internships. It basically illustrates the breakdown of each state, how they prioritize their internship intake, in-state graduate, out-state graduate. Now, this number of seats every year may change, but how they prioritize on who they take in first will generally stay the same. It goes to Aussie grads, Aussie citizens first, then New Zealand citizens that graduate in Australia, and then if any, IMGs. Although there is a priority system for IMGs and New Zealand citizens, you have to understand that over 97 or 98% of these seats are taken up by Australian citizens, Australian graduates. So the odds of you trying to roll the dice in Australia for an internship position is very, very slim. And I think in other countries such as the UK, Ireland, it's the same type of system where they're gonna reserve their internships for their citizens and their graduates first. For soon-to-be doctors, my recommendation is that you stay where you are and complete your internship from where you've gotten your medical degree. And then plan to do a couple more years. From there, then decide on how you want to relocate. You need to build up that clinical experience as soon as you finish your medical degree in order to compete for a job. Otherwise, the lack of clinical experience will hinder your application. For graduates that are not citizens or permanent residents of where you're studying, this can be a challenge. So if you have the opportunity to look at obtaining citizenship of where you're studying your medical degree if possible. Otherwise, you will need to look at other locations that will offer internships to foreign graduates with a base medical degree. If you want to find more recent information on internships or internships for Australia, medical internships, you just do a Google search on it and the most relevant information should pop up. Best of luck, and I hope you find your internship. If you have questions about finding work in Australia, leave me a comment below. You're welcome to book in a free consultation with myself by clicking the link below or visit sterlingresourcing.com. Please like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends and colleagues. If you're on a podcast, leave me a review to help this show reach and help more doctors. Thank you for tuning in. Hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time.